Greetings, everyone. Such an emotional moment for me. I recently had a session that I wanted to share with you all. It is, I don't need the reminders of why I do this every day. However, what this session has done, it has reminded me. Hold on. Whew. Yes, surprise. I am here just to briefly talk to you about the session that I recently had. Once more, I'll introduce myself. I am Aurora. I am the founder of A.U.R.A Hypnosis Healing. I am also the author of Galactic Soul History of the Universe. And today I just feel the deepest catalyzing, just awakening, heart activating, because I had a session that was the worst session I've had out of my 380 sessions. You know, I've worked with 3,000 people through A.U.R.A hypnosis, through readings, through Akashic. However, this session was the deepest as far as trauma and distortion upon a soul that I've witnessed. And you all know I've witnessed a lot. As if you read A.U.R.A, you know, the book, you know what we witnessed, and you've seen the sessions here. Yes. So I will tell you briefly, and this was such an amazing session, one that will, if you feel that you can't get through it, that will absolutely show you how you can get through it in all ways and forms. I had a young lady that was that was an anthropologist, and what happened was that she became depressed. When she became depressed, her family took her to the doctor. The doctors put her under medication, and they also put her into the psych ward. When they did that, this medicine that they were giving her started distorting her soul. So she actually had been trying to get to me for the last maybe 6-8 months and couldn't get to me, because every time she would almost get to me to do an A.U.R.A hypnosis session on her, she would end up back into the psych ward, where they would continue, to have her take drugs. And young lady, early 20s, and one of the drugs that they had her take was it had an implant in it. Now, they said that the drug didn't matter, that they were going to figure out the negative polarized entities that were very dark souls, a collective of them, that they were going to figure out how to get to her no matter what drug they gave her. So when she took that drug, it carried an implant. This implant went into her consciousness, and it began to fracture her consciousness. So for these months, she went through this pain and trauma. So when she finally had her session, she actually had been in her room for 20 days without food, obviously no shower, no water, in a room locked up. And her mother was luckily so patient to keep her. At that point, her mother had realized that the psych ward and the medicine were tearing apart her child. So she was in her room for 20 days without food, wanting water. And then she had a porta potty to use the bathroom, and that's all she had. There was only a few things that she could do. This implant was the highest development of implants that they have, that anything that she would do, whether it would be turn on the light, move when she's sleeping, do anything, open doors, which is why she locked herself in her room. Any normal thing, function that we do on a normal basis, it will fracture her soul, her consciousness. So by the time she got to me, sure, finally, she got herself out of the psych ward and waited the days into her session. Her soul, her consciousness had been fractured by this implant thousands of times. Thousands. Okay. When she was talking to me, she could barely talk, but somehow she was still functioning. Don't understand how a soul can function after that, that many fractures. Her past life regression was one of the most phenomenal past life regressions. Somehow she was still able to connect and share her experience. I wanted to still share with you that once we were done and they source assisted and archangels and these benevolent beings, they put her consciousness back together, and I watched as her light and her soul came back in. And then my goal was to ensure that I wanted to see her walk out of that room. She was so malnourished and skinny. And they accomplished it. She didn't. When she was done, we were done. I told her to drink water, and I said, I want to watch you walk out of this room. So with her phone, she opened her door. And I'm sure you can imagine a human after being locked in the dark for 20 days in a room, what that would look like. And she walked out. And I told her, get yourself something to eat. Wash your hands first. Don't know how long it had been since she washed her hands. And she grabbed a peach from her fridge and she ate it. And then I told her, I want to see you walk out of the house. I said, I'm with you. Let's walk. I'll walk with you. And she walked out of her house. And I said, find a patch of green. And in the session that she had, she was in a forest and she loved the trees and she could communicate to the trees. The session will be in the future in the book series. So she picked a tree, her favorite tree in her backyard, and she sat down. And I told her to feel that sun because she could barely see when she came out. She was trembling because she hadn't seen the sun. And she sat there and she felt the sun on her skin as she sat with the tree, and the tree recharged her and Mother Earth recharged her. And one of the questions she asked me was, she really wanted to do aura hypnosis. That was one of her questions. She says, you think I can do it? And I said, yes, you can. And you will be one of the most powerful, most beautiful aura hypnosis practitioners this world will ever see. Because for a soul to go through that sort of torment and still be able to walk themselves out, that she will be. Should I share this story with you all? In this time and space. And I hope to see you in whatever form, through courses, in whatever form. But thank you for being here. Because when you become a aura hypnosis practitioner, this is what you could do for others. Because I watch this every day. I love you all with all that I am. You are love, we are love. Let's go teach love and let's go be love and spread the love. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see you another another time.